Hello there, this is Elliott Harris, along with David Spada, Sports and Torts. And for those of you who tuned in hoping to see David, bad news, he's not in the studio today. Instead, we have Nadia Larysa of the Chicago Bliss and Playboy fame taking his seat. Or actually, she's taking my seat, I'm taking his seat, but I think we come out ahead. David is doing, I hope, legal business. You're not incarcerated, are you?
Not incarcerated, just sitting here downtown talking to a screen.
Okay, that's good.
Skyping.
Okay. So we have an all-star show. Obviously, we have Nadia Larysa in studio. We'll also be talking to Baseball Hall of Famer Orlando Spada. And for those of you who remember the Rochester Royals, we will have Bobby Wanzer of the NBA Rochester Royals, who went on to become the Cincinnati Royals, and then I think ended up who? The Sacramento Kings or something exciting like that? So
I think they were Kansas City Kings, then Sacramento. We skipped the city.
Okay, well, I've been to Kansas City. It's a good city to skip. No, just kidding, folks. Just kidding. So let's get to Nadia right away.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Second time. I feel like I'm a veteran now coming in.
Definitely. Anytime we can have you. So we'll talk a little Bulls, since you have a Bulls logoed shirt.
Definitely. Love the Bulls.
Which is the only reason I'm staring at the shirt. I remind everybody, it's that if it wasn't for the logo, just another girl in the studio.
Exactly.
No. So you've been going to a few Bulls games.
I have. I've had really great seats right up close by the goal there, and huge fan. I love Derek. I love the whole team. I think they've come a long way and want to keep supporting them all the way. Yeah. So hopefully they take the game tonight so I don't have to go see them on Sunday, and they play the Heat.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Game 7 would be a little anxiety.
Definitely, it's been anxiety. I think they should have put this to rest a couple days ago.
They just have.
Do you have to pay for those seats? Or you get them for free?
She knows. She knows people.
Exactly, I know people. So I can't complain. I'm definitely spoiled.
The Bulls just haven't looked like the Bulls that won 62 games during the regular season. I don't know what the reason is.
Yeah, I think they've been relying too much on Rose. After he got that MVP, they've, I think, Boozer definitely needs to step it up. Dang has had an amazing, great couple games. And, Derek's been up and down with his ankle. So hopefully, that's kind of behind him as well. And they put it to rest tonight.
Okay. Speaking of up and down, you've been doing a little beach volleyball lately?
I have, actually. I had surgery on my shoulder a few years ago, and I started playing, beach volleyball again, and, it's my love, it's my passion, just like football.
We finally got some weather that you could actually go outside and play beach volleyball with.
Oh, yeah. It's been great. I've been waiting for this weather all winter long, so, yeah, I can't wait. Mm-hmm.
Long winter.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have the Chicago Bliss, who have an open tryout coming up.
Yep. On May 21st, we have, another open trial. We had one about a month ago. We're still looking for a few more girls to fill some positions. Because we have we have a good group right now, but we just need to fill, a few more holes,
Okay.
What are the requirements to try out? Do you have to, give them dimensions? Do you have to give them speed or what?
Yeah, there's lots of requirements. You have to be athletic. You definitely have to have the look, and you definitely have to have brains. It's not, what people think it is, a typical model, but, you definitely have to have, everything, like the whole package.
And you have to be comfortable walking around in your own skin. Definitely,
yes. You definitely have to be comfortable. Because you are playing in a bra and underwear, and you're exposed, and you have to be okay with that, and you have to, look good along with be able to play, full contact with this, little of clothing.
Now, this is from 1 to 4 at the Bridgeview Sports Dome in Bridgeview?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And just show up?
Yeah, definitely. Bring cleats if you have them, running shoes, shorts, tank tops. We can kind of see what you look like as well. They'll go through a series of tests just to see, how fast they are. Like they'll run the 40. They'll do, a few jumping drills, and so it's just basically to see how athletic these, girls are that come out there.
Yeah.
Oprah's out of work. She might be trying out.
She can stay at home.
I'm not sure if she's in the peak physical condition. I don't know how to break that to you, David.
I don't know if I want to see her in a bikini either, but
not at this stage of the game, no. Now, also some of the drills involve getting past the assistant coaches, and those guys are like 6 foot tall by 6 foot wide.
Oh, yeah. Our coaches this year, we have a whole new coaching staff. They are definitely big men. I mean, they play in the NFL, defensive end, offensive line. So they're big guys. And I mean, the test is if you can actually kind of get past them, then you'll be okay.
Who are the coaches this year?
We have a coach named Mark May. So he played, I think, for Dallas, and he played for a few other different teams.
Right.
And then there's Marcus Sullivan. And we have a few other coaches that are helping out.
Marcus Sullivan, a Fenwick grad, Illinois grad, I believe, played for Buffalo.
Yeah, he's great. We actually had football workouts last night. We had a group of, I'd say 10 girls come in, and we just did work, practicing fundamentals and getting in shape because, I mean, it's September 2nd is our first game against Las Vegas, and it seems far away, but it'll creep up pretty fast. We need to get in shape fast.
Yeah. And being in shape and being in football shape, two different things. Because I went to the first tryout, and most of those girls to me looked like they were in shape, but there's a difference.
Definitely. I mean, I almost thought I was in shape. I work out every single day. I'm going to the pool, and I'm running. I'm doing all these different workouts, but when you get on the field and do all these football workouts, it takes a lot more than you really think it is. You're not in shape. You have to get out there and actually do football workouts.
I see you added a couple franchises. You added Toronto, Minnesota, but you lost Miami and you lost Dallas. I hope you're not playing outside in Toronto and Minnesota.
Yeah, well, actually,
don't forget Cleveland.
Yeah, no, we have Cleveland, Green Bay, the Minnesota. The Las Vegas is new this year,
right.
And then we have Nashville. I think it was Nashville. It may have been a team. I got to look. But
it's like they sprung up overnight.
Well, then Toronto is a big news too, just because we're expanding, internationally, if you want to call it Canada. I mean, going somewhere that's not in the U.S. And so we did lose Dallas and Miami, and we lost San Diego. So
no more seduction.
No more seduction. So unfortunately, but we'll be playing the Las Vegas Sin, so that'll be good. We gotta step it up for that game.
Well, especially since Tasha Pryor and Sarah Swanson have gone from the Chicago Bliss to the Las Vegas Sin. Interesting butting heads or butting butts or with the former teammates.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting because pretty much all the MVPs from all the other different teams went to Las Vegas. So they have an all-star team already to begin with. So, and, we play them September 2nd, our first game. And it'll be, we only have 5 girls or 6 girls coming back from last year.
Yeah. And then I see that the Seattle Mist has a quarterback who is the daughter of former NFL quarterback Mark Ribbian. She's an attractive brunette who obviously must have a good arm to go along with that good body.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, with Seattle, though, it's a team we don't have to worry about this year.
Okay.
And your games are going to be shown in their entirety on MTV2 this year for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Last year, we only had 30 minutes of our games condensed, and it wasn't the greatest production. So this year, they're doing a full game live, on MTV2 at 9 o'clock. So it's still going to be Friday Night Football. And it's, we're really excited about it. Cannot wait. And we also, the word on the street was, if the NFL happens to not, finish this lockout, or if they don't figure the NFL lockout, then we're being moved to Sundays.
Yeah, I saw the email from Mitch Mortaza, the creator, founder, CEO, commissioner, whatever, alerting all the facilities that house these games that if the NFL lockout isn't over, they'll, Sunday will be the day. I don't know.
Sunday's lingerie day. I can't even it fits.
What goes better than that? I don't know. It may not quite satisfy the diehard NFL fan, but a lot of the rest of us would be more than happy.
Can you bet on the Bliss games?
I don't see why not. I'm sure you can find them. They had some talks in the last year or two about having, actually a fantasy football, just, like the NFL and the, Major League Baseball game. So hopefully that'll come up soon.
Okay. Now, I believe we have one of Nadia's teammates on the phone. Kimberly Anderson, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Well, always a pleasure. Next time we got to get you into the studio.
I know, if I wasn't working.
Minor details.
I would really come in, but yeah, minor details.
Okay. So how have practices been so far for you?
Practices have been really good. Nadia and I are really getting involved with the coaches, and they're really working with us outside of regular practices, which is going to help us become even better than we were last year. So,
and
great.
Last year you didn't quite make it to the championship, did you?
No, we didn't. We fell a little short. We lost Heather Furr, which was huge during the game when she was injured, and we had already had several injuries before that. Stacey Jarrett was injured in the LA game before our playoff game, which was our backup quarterback. So we definitely took some hits, but we really still proved to be a really good team and stuck with it and worked really hard and just fell short. But we're going to get LA this year, or whoever else is the team to beat to get to the Lingerie Bowl.
And now
Kim David Spada here. What do you do for your full-time job when you're not playing football?
I teach 4th and 5th grade art.
I never had a teacher like that. Did you, David?
No, I went to the Catholic schools. We loved that.
The typical response. Yeah, my students are at recess right now.
Do they know you're a lingerie football league player?
No, my district knows, but they don't encourage me to tell them. If they find out on their own, that's cool, but they're not wanting me to expose that to them personally. But they know I play football because, as Nadia knows, our practices are intense. So girls coming out to try out, you just need to know it's real intense. We come back from practice with, like, bruises up down our arms and all of our we are banged up. And I go to work like that. And the students notice, of course. I mean, how can you not? And, they know I play full contact football, but they just don't know who I play for.
Okay. Now, you guys are going to be playing outdoors this season at Toyota Park in Bridgeview. What's that change going to be like?
I think it's going to be great. I think it'll be nicer to fall on than the turf and won't cut us up as much as the turf did. But I think it's going to be awesome as long as the weather holds out here in Illinois. I mean, you can't predict that. So
it'll be interesting. I know the Sears Center where you played. That's where the Chicago Slaughter plays also. But those guys have long pants on and all that other stuff. You guys basically bra and panties and cleats and a lot of bruises and strawberries and scraped skin after the game.
Yeah, we're definitely exposed, and we get, all those minor cuts and things that they probably don't get as much of because they are clothed more. But I think the outdoor atmosphere is going to be a great experience. I think it's going to be awesome because it's closer to the city, so more city dwellers will venture out for the game. I think that'll bring more of a crowd.
I know Nadia is a model. She's been in Playboy. Do you do any modeling work?
No, I haven't done anything to speak of outside of football, but always interested if I were ever given an opportunity. So
Nadia, make it work.
Definitely.
She can make it happen. Now, Kimberly, were you an athlete as a youngster? Or how did you get into all this?
Well, how I got into football, I would have to say my husband told me I needed to try out. So
whoa. Your husband is telling you to play lingerie football.
Yes, not forced. I was all excited, but he's the one who found out about it, and he was like, "You have to do this. I think you're perfect. You got to go try out." Yada yada yada. So I tried out last year, and I've played sports all my life. Ever since I was a kid, I played softball. I was in cross country. I was a cheerleader. I played basketball. I was in gymnastics. I went to Illinois State for schooling, and I was in the Gamma Phi Circus. So I've pretty much done a plethora of sports, and just kind of has led me to here. Now I'm in my 30s, and I want to be a part of sports still. And I think the LFL keeps that alive for people my age, where we have a chance to be in a sport and it's successful. It's not just intramural softball, or an intramural park district sport. You're able to kind of join something new and, meet the challenge at an older age.
You ever think your husband encouraged you just so he could go to practices and things like that?
Probably.
He had a method to his madness. Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely gets a lot of perks, and he knows a lot of the players, and he gets a lot of perks that my other guy friends are jealous of. So.
What are the perks?
Well, not those perks, but he gets to hang out with all the girls, and just hanging out with them is a perk for most of my guy friends. They get jealous, especially with Nadia. They're like, "You guys are hanging out with Nadia?" So, or Danielle, and they would find out, we're going out to the bar or whatever. So, just the perks of hanging out with the girls. They're all lovely ladies, and they're a lot of fun. So my guys love that. Gorgeous girls with great personalities, and that's what they are. So.
Well, that's the thing. You guys are you're not just good looking, you're not just athletes, but the girls do have good personalities. It's almost like that's one of the requisites for the job.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
So how many dads come to parent-teacher conferences because you're their son's teacher or daughters?
Wow. Now that I teach art, I don't have to do parent-teacher conferences unless they're special requests. I don't get too many, but there's an occasional that'll stroll in. So.
Interesting. So what position do you play this season, do you think?
This season they've been training me for wide receiver as well as cornerback, which I'm really excited about learning the cornerback position because last year I wasn't taught defense, and it's really nice to know offense and defense so I can see how they work hand in hand and I can understand the game much better.
Are there any concussions in your games, or it's not that hard of hitting?
Can you say that one more time? I didn't hear that.
Did any players sustain any concussions last year in any of the games?
Not that I heard of. Did you hear of any, Nadia?
I know that a few girls definitely bumped their head, but they would save those concussion because they probably couldn't play the next game. Yeah. So I know Stacy, there was one game, I think it was against San Diego or LA, definitely went head first into the boards when it was bad, yeah. And so I was kind of worried, but other than that, I mean, you get your head hit all the time. You probably have a concussion, you don't even know it.
Yeah, I'm sure we have minor concussions, but definitely some huge injuries on our team this year. Last year we had 4 ACLs, whether they were torn or just partial tears. We had Stacy obviously had shoulder surgery, so she's had that injury. We had a broken ankle, so just our team alone had some huge injuries.
My wife had a question for you, girls. She wants to know, does your underwear, when it rides up, what do you do during a game?
Leave it.
It looks better that way.
Isn't that part of the appeal of the game? I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't even think we noticed.
I don't think so.
Into the game, you don't even know what's going on.
That's one of those occupational hazards that, as an observer of the game, you just say, okay, that's part of the game, and you go on about your merry way, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. You got to keep playing. It's all about the game once you're on the field. You can't worry about your clothes unless, they're completely missing.
Any wardrobe malfunctions like Dancing with the Stars?
We did at our playoff game. I know Deborah Poles, her sports bra top, the fastener fell off, so she couldn't fasten it. But it stayed on. I'm sure many fans were disappointed, but it did stay on.
But they do have a requirement. You have to wear pasties. So just in case that happens, you can't be fully exposed. So there's a pasty check.
That makes a difference? The concept of pasties is way overrated.
Yeah.
Excellent. Mm-hmm.